Here's the 2-1 pitch from Cut. This one sky to deep left field. This game is over. Colin Hopkins walks it off for Indiana.
A ball and a strike, one down. Miller delivers. Hit to deep right field. Back is Schindler. It's over his head. This is going to be a tie ball game. Rubenstein will score. Bickle on his way to third, looking for a triple. He has it. This game is tied.
The point looking to put up a crooked number as they have the bases juiced.
Fly ball right field, slicing towards the line, and it's going to drop in fair territory. Adkins couldn't make the diving play. They will score 2 runs, possibly a third. Here comes Woods, the play at the plate, and it's a base-clearing double for Owen Espinoza, his 3rd hit today. Can Hennessy win this battle? There goes Pillarelli. Hennessy rips one into left field. Pillarelli will easily score, and it's an RBI base hit for Colin Hennessy. Shows bunt, pulls back, runner on the move, throw down to great one, and they got him. Jay Breed throwing down a strike, and there's one down. The 2-2. Called strike 3. Colin Hennessy painting the black. Bottom of the 4th, Adrian in front 2-0 over Trine. Owen Mitchell remaining on the mound for the Thunder. Was able to escape a bases loaded jam in the 3rd. The Bulldogs have had traffic all over the base paths here in this game today. Boyke to lead things off, 9-1-2 due up.
And the 3rd baseman is playing in.
And we saw Boyke get on with a well-placed bunt. In the 2nd, this time he'll rip one into center field. A 2-hit day for Jack Boyke.
Well, there hasn't been a harder hit ball than this today. He saw something he liked. It got up in the air. Look at that. He swung right off of his elbow guard.
Top of the order, here's Kim Oliver.
That had a ring to it and got out in the right center in a hurry.
Oliver 1 for 2 today. He squares the ball, watch out. And he's hit by the pitch. And once again, Adrian has the first 2 aboard. 2nd hit batter today for Owen Mitchell.
Well, when you get squared around, you are extending your arms and hands over the plate. Oh, look at that. He stepped out of the batter's box. That front foot. Now, that technically, I guess because he was on the line, in that front line, they would consider that okay, but he came real close to that front foot being out of the batter's box.
Now a mound visit here. Take a look.
Take a look at that. Now he's going to jump. He's going to jump up front, and then, boom, right there, that heel stayed just on the line. And you got that arm kind of extended over the strike zone. The ball was inside. Thank goodness for those arm guards. That helps.
1st and 2nd, nobody out here for Nick Bruder. He squares the bunt, puts one down. Mitchell bare hand, throw to first, off the glove of Walton, and they are loaded up.
Well, as soon as that ball left his bat, I knew it was going to be trouble for the pitcher because that had backspin on it. It looked like one of your chip shots. That thing was going to check up. Watch this. It's going to straight up in the air, and it's going to come straight back towards home plate. He had to reach forward and then threw the ball into the runner.
First pitch strike to Ryan Davis, who's 0 for 1 today. Reached his last time up. He was hit by a pitch. Loaded up, nobody out. Big chance here for Adrian to...
Ooh, wow.
He's fouled on the 3rd base line. A big chance here for Adrian to blow this one open.
That's why you take your lead off at 3rd base in foul territory. So if you do get hit with one of those line drives, you won't be out. But if you're in fair territory, you would be considered an out.
0-2. Way outside, gets to the backstop, heading home is Boyke, and he has a head-first slide safely across, and Adrian adds another as they lead 3-0.
Only somebody with the speed of a Boyke would even want to attempt that, because we said this is a really close stands here, not far distant to the backstop, and that ball will come back towards the catcher. But that's a gimme run right there.
Yeah, Henshin's been great today at smothering those, but unable to do so there. And how about that slide? Always fun sliding on turf, especially when you have long sleeves on. Maybe not on a hot summer day, it doesn't feel too great, but on a day like today, not too shabby.
Because you do slide. That's a, you don't really check up like you would on dirt. And if there's a little bit of moisture, it's like a slip and slide. Just yeah, a little more momentum.
Count is full, an open base at first base with runners on second and third. The payoff. High fly ball, shallow left field. Martin underneath it. We'll see if they tag. Oliver will tag. The throw will be cut off, and it's a sac fly for Ryan Davis.
And it's so much fun. Everybody's doing it. He didn't have to slide there. I'm sure he was getting the up signs. Come in standing up.
So Davis does his job and brings in another run, second run of the inning. And it's a 4-run lead for the Bulldogs.
Well, and you're exactly right about doing your job. That's what your job is. Runner at third base, less than 2 outs. Situational hitting. Something that'll get that run in. Something out in the green.
And now you have David Kedro at the plate, who's 2 for 2 today.
Little fly ball piece. That's an easy RBI.
Kedro had an RBI single back in the first inning. Can he have another here? With Pruder leading off at second. Nice pitch there by Mitchell.
He's getting a really big lead at second base, too.
Pruder had a stolen base way back in the first inning. This one is golfed to deep left field, and that ball is gone. David Kedro with his 3rd home run of the season. It's a 2-run shot, and Adrian leads by 6.
And that's the toughest part of the ballpark to hit it out of today. Left field. The wind will be pushing it away from the line, but that just goes to show you, Sam, you hit one on the screws and get a little oomph behind it.
And that looks like it's going to be the end of Owen Mitchell's day. Another look at that swing.
Nice balanced stance, just a little short stride, quick hands through the ball, just throw that barrel through the hitting zone, get it up and over the double fence, wake up the people in the apartment building.
We'll have a new pitcher for Trine. Adrian has blown this one open as they lead 6-0 here in the 4th.
Let's head back out to Archbold to hear from Sam Newcomb and Scoop Miller.
On Wednesday, Napoleon had a scare, didn't lead until the very final swing of the game. Today, just a run rule victory over the team that made the state championship game a year ago.
No one saw this coming this afternoon. You had 2 great teams in the Lake Flyers, Napoleon Wildcats. Napoleon just really was clicking early. They put up crooked numbers in each and every inning on their way to a run rule victory, and they're moving on to the regional.
They had 16 hits today. How about 6 hits coming off a bunt? They're playing the small ball well.
Well, they did everything well, but again, I thought that was a big game changer because you thought coming in maybe runs and hits might be a premium, but you get 6 bunt hits. I mean, they just put all kinds of pressure on Lake, and it just really the floodgates opened up, and credit to Napoleon. Their defense was outstanding. Their pitching was great. Their hitting was phenomenal, and the small ball, boy, that's something that's going to be in the scouting report for Benedictine next week, who they face in the regionals.
And for Napoleon, this is a team, like I said, had a scare on Wednesday, but it seemed like that kind of provided a spark for their bats today.
Well, I agree. I think that was an eye-opener, kind of got a wake-up call they needed. But again, they came out ready to play today, and it showed.
Next up, they'll play down in BGSU Wednesday in the regional semis against Benedictine.